Hello and welcome. This is Rooflemonger, and in this video I thought it'd be kind of a fun little experiment just to go over what Nightwolf might play like in Mortal Kombat 11. So obviously he's going to be a DLC character that's coming up probably fairly soon after the making of this video. If you're not aware, just as a quick little news update, Mortal Kombat 11 has seemingly been moved to the Sunday game spot at EVO, therefore there'll probably be trailers and all that kind of stuff, and with that means we're probably going to get Nightwolf after EVO, or able to do like a whole available now kind of thing. But yeah, just to let you guys know where that's currently standing. I thought he was going to come up before EVO, but now this is a Sunday game. Probably not. But still, anyways, I digress. So before we get to the meat of this, I just want to talk about one thing. So we've seen a couple promotional images of Nightwolf so far here. And the one thing that Nightwolf's fairly infamous for is, like, as you can see here too in MK9 footage, he creates a lot of like kind of energy weapons, spiritual weapons, right? He doesn't really hold anything himself, like physically, he creates them on the fly. Now though, one of the two promotional shots we do have for Nightwolf is him holding a tomahawk. It's definitely a very physical tomahawk. It's very, you know, it's definitely not green, right? Now a lot of characters actually hold their weapons now in MK11. So this might be an indicator that he'll be holding it the whole time. It'll be part of his moveset. Not to say he won't be creating other stuff, you know, like creating his little green knives. I'm assuming the green bow will still be a thing. But it's just maybe a change in line with how a lot of MK works now with MK11, with a lot of people just physically holding their weapons, instead of them just magically turning into their hands when they attack. So now with all that said, let's compare it to some of the other movies he's had in MK past, right? We'll use a lot of MK9 as our basis, as this is the most recent game he's been in, and we'll just start from there. So his green arrow shots, very much a signature move, and I imagine this will probably make it in mostly unchanged, honestly. It's definitely not going to be a move that will win you a zoning war. It's never been. Then again, you know, a lot of his other moveset works in tandem with that, because he's not meant to be a hard zoner, right? But yeah, I can see it kind of working just like it is in MK9, honestly. Single shot, and if you want to amplify it, then you might get the 3-shot spread as you see in MK9. Very safe bet it's going to be in there. The shoulder charge, another fan favorite here. Almost certainly going to be in. I'd be shocked otherwise. And how will it work out? Well, I gotta assume it's going to be kind of as you think it is. Just kind of big old shoulder charge. Now, MK11 does not hurt for lack of green shoulder charges, as Cassie and Shao Kahn both have them. But I gotta assume it's not going to be like a combo starter like Shao Kahn. It'll be a very fast advancing forward move, and you'll probably be able to enhance it just for a secondary hit on knockdown. Probably can't guarantee, I guess, but that's why I feel the read. That's what it's going to be. There's pretty much no way this move is not going to make it into the game. It's a classic move once again, but I don't think it's going to be a combo starter or nothing like that, especially considering we have moves like the Axe Launch we'll get to in a minute. But yeah, classic move, and the reign of green shoulder charges in MK11 will only grow in time, I suppose. His Axe Chop, and once again this move, just like the previous moves we went over, these are all MK3 as well as MK9. Axe Chop is the main combo starter in MK9 and MK3, and will it be in Mortal Kombat 11? Yeah, it is basically a lock, right? It's basically a lock. A couple of things about it though. Will it be a meterless launcher? Now, not a lot of characters have meterless launchers in MK11. It's not necessarily an indicator that you're a good character, because, you know, like Kotal Khan has a meterless launcher, and yeah. But yeah, not to get too much of my Kotal woes, but it'll be here. It might not be green, as we went over at the beginning of the video, right? Probably not going to be green this time, as he definitely has a real, actual, physical axe in his hands. But otherwise, it will definitely be in the game, probably as a launcher. He'll probably have to burn a bar. I don't see it going to be a meterless launcher, because once again, meterless launchers, meterless big juggle combos in MK11 are on the rarer side. Not that they're non-existent, but on the rare side. So it'll probably be meterless, you do your big hit, and metered, you get your launcher. The Reflect. Now, Nightwolf was an innovator. He was one of the very first characters to ever have Fireball Reflect in fighting games. Now, will it make it to Mortal Kombat 11? This one, I don't know. This move is a lot less valuable in this incarnation of the game than it has been in previous versions, as a lot of the best projectiles in this game don't just go across the screen, right? Like, you can't reflect Garrus' Sand Pit. You can't reflect Shang Tsung's corpse drop. It's not going to bounce off him, fly back up into the sky, and then hit Shang Tsung on the other end, right? There's so many indirect projectiles in this game. There's so many just non-standard fireballs in the game, and a lot of the ones that are standard, like say Sony's rings, they're not terribly slow, right? Like anywhere other than full screen, it might actually be somewhat difficult to react to them and reflect them in time. So while the move might certainly still make it into the game, I don't know how valuable it's going to be considering how a lot of the zoning war works now in MK11. Like, you're not going to be able to reflect Cetrion's beams and that kind of stuff, right? Now, this is a fun one which I hope makes a return, but in a slightly changed way, and that's the choke that he had in MK9. So, while this does look like a command grab, this is not a command grab. In MK9, this was a totally blockable move, just so you know. But it was done a lot as a combo ender, that kind of stuff, right? But I would like to see it return in an actual command grab way. We have a decent amount of characters in MK11 that have command grabs, not too many. And honestly, I'm all for having, you know, another one, right? We had Shang Tsung, obviously not going to have a command grab. Sindel doesn't seem like the kind of character to have a command grab unless it's going to be like a hair whip kind of thing. So of the current batch of DLC characters we know about, then I think Nightwolf would be the most suited to have it, and this would make a very fine addition. Also, please, if it is a command grab, please make it a mid and not a high, for the love of God. The final special we have to compare to in MK9 was the lightning bolt here. And as you see on the screen, it says unblockable, meaning you cannot block it. Now, this move worked in MK9 due to the relative speed of the game. People really weren't standing still, and movement was quite fast. In a slower, more neutral-based game, I can see this move existing in some way, but not at the speed it exists in MK9, to be sure. We do have unblockable moves already. Kotal Khan has an unblockable, and it's 40 frames, which is very respectable for what it is, right? It's definitely can catch you sleeping at the wheel, and hopefully it returns in some way, some regard. Now, will it be an unblockable launcher? That one I don't know about. I would love, hey, like I plan to play Nightwolf, right? So I would absolutely love to have an unblockable launcher, don't get me wrong, right? But for purely balanced terms, the only way I could see it being an unblockable launcher, even for the cost of a bar, is if it's dreadfully slow and probably near unusable, so I wouldn't want that anyways. But yeah, I always love this move in MK9. I sincerely hope it makes a return in Mortal Kombat 11. So now, going all over the special moves Ares had in previous incarnations, will they make it in? I don't know. We'll see. A lot of them are sure bets, obviously, like some form of axe launch, some form of shoulder charge to be sure, right? But that doesn't preclude he doesn't have whole new things, right? And what could those be? Well, I don't know. They're new, right? But there's no way I don't see Nightwolf coming in without just something new. Like, yeah, he's going to have a lot of the classic moveset, but just something new to spice it up. But what could that be? I don't know. But still, a lot of characters coming with the new stuff, like Shang Tsung. He has the corpse drops, which corpse drop is a fantastic addition to the character, right? It's basically his best move if you haven't played much Shang Tsung. It's a very powerful option, so it'd be nice to see Nightwolf show up with some brand new stuff as well. Now, his potential playstyle. Every character obviously has things they prefer, right? The last DLC character, Shang Tsung. Shang Tsung is very much a zoner screen control style character with some good footsies, right? But is he a mix-up demon? No, right? So how would Nightwolf play out? Well, the way I gotta assume he's gonna play out is kind of like a brawler. He's a bulldog. He's gonna run in, he's gonna rush down in your face. Not necessarily in a mix-up style way, because that's never really what he's been about, but just really good bulldogging, just staying on you. Traditionally, his fireball game, the Green Arrow, has never been good. You use it when you gotta use it, but you're never gonna win with it, right? It tends to be a lot slower than the average fireball, a lot longer startup, so that's not really his forte. He's always traditionally had the reflex, so his thing was always more of a counter zoner. Like, I don't have to necessarily deal with your range game, but you do have to deal with the fact that I can disrespect your range game. You don't worry about mine, but I don't have to worry about yours, and that helps me get in that kind of stuff, right? Once again, I don't believe him to be any kind of 50-50 monster, so I do hope they add a command grab to the character. I think it would be quite befitting of the character as well. It would not be out of place for him to have a command grab, and I hope he has one. I just want more command grabs in the game, to be brutally honest with you. I'm not going to lie about that one. But yeah, while it is purely my speculation, I have no inside track, no inside info or nothing, I do believe Nightwolf will be more on the kind of rush down bulldog end of things. He will want to get in your face, unless he has some sort of lightning gimmick like an MK9. I doubt he'll want to play any kind of range game at any kind of real amount. He'll definitely want to get in and start tomahawking your head in. But yeah, that's just my thoughts, right? What do you guys think? You know, is Nightwolf going to be the ultimate zoner in MK11? I don't know, right? But please let me know what you guys think. But anyways, that is it for me, and that is it for this video. So thank you very much for watching. I hope this video has found you well. Go out and play some Mortal Kombat.